Wow, stuff's getting painted. We must really be getting close now.
I'm just pre-wetting this out before we laminate it.
Soon they'll be coming in here.
So this one sits up high, and then this one sits down like this in there. If you had to get to the hull or anything, you just unscrew this cabinet and take it right out.
So as things get finished, we're putting them in here.
Right.
Okay. Ooh, inner sanctum.
Let's say you wanted to get in there for whatever reason. You just unscrew it, unplug it, and pull it out.
Wow, stuff's getting painted. We must really be getting close now. Oh, well, maybe not that close.
Remember how right back by the transom the deck sagged at the very last few inches?
Yes.
Well, water stood back there, and that created some of that problem. So we were able to build that back up and get that all in a good plane. So when it goes back together, it'll drain better.
Here.
I'm just pre-wetting this out before we laminate it. We like to just apply some wet systems here so it starts soaking into the fibers, and then we mix up our thicker wet systems with some filler, suck it down.
So right here we're just building the under, building it up to be deck height.
Yeah, we got to build this up to deck height. So this is basically filler.
Oh,
we took out the filler that was here.
It's so pretty. I hate to see it go.
I know.
So these are all the little pieces.
These are the pieces that are going to go back in. This has all been saturated with Smiths and painted, bilge coat. So this is where we're going to be gluing. Going to sit down right in there. Boom. Remember the iron rot that was in there and all that?
Yeah, so this is all looking beautiful and cleaned up and soon to be put away. There.
Toothpicked what we could, and the rest was some minor stuff we filled with wet systems and filler.
The transom has never been stronger, huh?
Oh man, it's waterproof now.
Soon they'll be coming in here. See, it's all getting painted down there. It's looking really nice, sanded and painted. Galley, all cleared out and ready to receive some new appliances. Been enjoying this process at all?
Yeah. Check it out. I got the warm job. It gets really hot up here.
Yeah, does it? Right now it's pretty nice though.
All depends. You have the suit on, it's not.
Now it gets warm, huh? I do see the curve. That's the curve of the hull, right?
Yeah, so this one sits up high, and then this one sits down like this in there.
Ah, yeah.
So when you look inside the cabinet, you don't see
all the framing.
Yeah. And these are the ceiling planks for the stateroom.
These are all the ceiling planks that were already up that are now down.
Right, and those have all been sanded. We're going to get those and those 4 pieces Smiths today. So they're sealed.
Nice.
And we'll varnish tomorrow probably. And then these are the dividers that form the V-berth cabinets. You'll see now all these rails do is they just create a little lip for the cushions. And this is the filler piece that goes in.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So, and this just kind of help hold the cushion in.
You see that, Charles? That's for the new V-berth. Very pretty. So that's the color of the wood that we'll start seeing in other places as well.
Yeah.
In the when you varnish the ceiling planks.
Well, no, the ceiling planks will come out. They're yellow cedar.
Okay.
So I'll show you those in a minute. We have the batch. We have the entire V-berth up in the office.
Okay.
So it's all done.
Oh, already varnished?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get to see what that varnished color looks like.
Right, varnished and painted. So
this looks pretty. What color, what kind of wood is this?
This is mahogany.
Okay, mahogany. Beautiful.
No stain. It's the natural color.
Beautiful.
So there you go.
Painted white. So that one's that's done.
Well, the V-berth is essentially done.
Okay.
And so is the anchor chute.
Great.
You know, the pieces are in there.
Right.
So while it's out, we remember the new beams we put in? We cleaned them up.
Who's barking?
That's my dinner.
Sounds like it's coming from inside the boat.
It's probably Rich having delirium tremens. But you can see the paint we've done.
Yeah, it looks good.
So now we've got all the stuff out of the V-berth, got it sealed, painted, and varnished. And now we painted everything. Now Rich is moving back into the stateroom. And he's basically painted all the decking. You saw back aft.
Yeah, it looks great. We'll go take a look again.
That's basically done. And then now these are the cabinets.
These are for the for the captain's quarters.
Yeah. And,
yeah, nice.
Oops,
nice
sorry.
to be done. Excuse me.
They're basically what you had in there, only
right.
We used a little better ply, and of course saturated everything with Smiths.
Right. And painted, not veneered with the laminate.
Right, and painted inside and out, and most importantly the edges.
Great.
So forth, so that it's basically, you know, submersible at this point.
Okay, so this is the outside. The paint looks good. On the inside, it looks a little thin, but that's fine. One coat.
Yeah, your head won't fit in there to see it.
No.
But it's sealed real good, and that's
Correct.
all we care about.
Correct.
And then this plate here supports it on the ceiling plank. The way we built all this stuff is it's modular. Everything you see, if you had to get to the hull or anything, you just unscrew this cabinet and take it right out.
Beautiful, unlike before, which was...
Exactly. Nothing's really built in. So the only thing that will be built in will be the V-berth area, but it doesn't relate to the hull in any way.
Right.
So
no, this all looks great. So this, and then the little metal fittings, the aluminum. You still have those. Those should.
Right. See, but they had like 4 or 5 little tiny screws, and it was loose.
Okay.
And the plywood was just dry. They'd never seal it, so moisture got behind there, delaminated the ply, and then corroded the aluminum. So
I can't wait till this goes back in. It's going to look so great.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait till it goes back in. That means the planks will be on.
So as things get finished, we're putting them in here.
Right.
Okay. Ooh, inner sanctum.
Yeah.
Ah.
These are the pieces for the anchor rod.
Okay, yeah.
And this is that main bulkhead that supports the entire V-berth area. These pieces fit in here. You see these angles?
Yeah.
And this is the aft support for those.
Okay.
And this is also part of the V-berth. And the 2 dividers you saw,
yeah,
they come in here like this. They get glued and screwed. And then the filler piece goes in here. And these are the shelves that go underneath for storage. Outboard of those angle pieces.
Okay, yes, those are V-berth shelves.
About 9 inches deep.
Right.
And you lift this up and you can have storage below. And those are the V-berth lids.
Oh, these are the lids, okay.
So
these are the lids that you will use to get into your storage, your seat.
Right.
Now, I was thinking that we should split them so that one is for the anchor, right? So
if you, the lids here?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you that in a minute.
Okay.
This is the lids for the stateroom. We wanted to make them like this for really good ventilation. They kind of just stay there.
But these are the cushions go on these.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's nice.
And this is all the ceiling.
The only problem is if you drop something under your, if something gets wedged down there.
Roll of dimes. Well, below this, right below this are the drawers.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. Right. So it could fall into the drawer, yeah.
Right. So if you wanted to, if something ever, well, you just lift the lid up, and there it is.
Yeah.
Now these are all the various ceiling planks for the V-berth area. This is the color.
Okay.
So you can see against the white. It's a nice look. Nice contrast.
Okay.
So those are all sealed and numbered, of course.
Very nice. Let's see the numbering system.
Yeah.
Very nice.
V-berth, lower.
Great.
At that point, we gotta be careful. You gotta split the crew up so we're not stumbling over each other.
Okay.
So what Clint's gonna be doing, starting yesterday, is the deck panels and it basically goes like this. We'll start with 2 panels back half, port and starboard. And the next 2 panels forward, they'll be roughly 8 feet long. When we get those screwed in, these come off, get sealed and painted underneath. That's what Richard can be doing. And while he's making them and Richard's painting them, then I go on to the galley.
So you're saying building the substructure for the deck?
Yeah. That way, that guy's not stumbling over that guy,
Right.
and there's an economy of motion.
But the deck basically is ready to receive all the plywood underlayment for the actual teak deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Let's see if it
And with this,
will it fit?
oh yeah.
Will it fit too easily?
No, it's perfect.
Should we have gone for the bigger one?
Nope, because this depth, the longitudinal is right there.
Oh, okay.
It's right there.
Right there.
And so when you lay this out in the boat, you just lay this up against the bulkhead,
Fits perfect.
draw this shape, and then you can put your cleats to those shapes. And on the cleats, I know it's stainless steel, but you still want to glue Irish felt on the cleats.
What's Irish felt?
I'll show you. It's basically wool impregnated with tar,
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
and it keeps it from rusting, won't collect water, and it keeps it from squeaking, and it's just in there. It sits in nice. You do that with fuel and water tanks too. It should sit on a bed of Irish felt.
This is a new
Sauces
fridge.
and-
You've never had something like this. All right,
comes
so you have
out for
eggs
cleaning.
and
Everything comes out
shelf,
for cleaning. It's
right?
nice, and everything slides. So now when you're in the boat, you want to get something out of the fridge, you don't have to get down on your knees. You just go like this. It's about this high, actually, in the boat.
it's a little higher up.
Yeah, about 10 inches
Right.
higher. So it's
It's even better.
Okay, we dodged a bullet. I'm not sure. Let's go see the bullet we dodged. Starboard side, starboard.
Remember how this was all delaminated and funky looking?
Yeah.
Well, we peeled off this layer,
Oh, okay.
which is devoid of glue, and we were able to peel this out and get epoxy in it and re-glue it.
Oh, okay.
Same with this one, it was coming apart.
Ah,
Same with this one. So throughout the boat, that's what we've done on these bulkheads. We'll be able to use gravity to get the epoxy down in there.
okay.
And then some big clamps to clamp back together.
Okay.
And along those same lines, see, these are all the cleats that are going to support the davits and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
The scarf here in the shelf, the beam shelf, on both sides was delaminating.
This scarf right here.
Yeah. So Clint was able to clean that out and get some glue in there and clamp it back together.
Okay.
So just a lot of
Now,
that.
what is that called? That's a
That's the beam shelf.
oh,
So named because the beams sit on it.
shift. Okay, it's not a carlin.
No, it's a shelf.
Okay. Okay, and that runs the whole way
Stem to stern, baby.
stem to stern. So that's what the
Yep.
beam sits on. Okay.
And it's kind of important that stays together.
Yeah, I would think so.
Guy by the time he comes walking out with a floor timber, he says, "Are these important?" Oh, got a few spares. And there's some other detail work, like in these corners. These are you'll be very careful cleaning these up with the rabbit planes we don't have. And there's stuff like this bolt's loose. You just got to go around and make sure everything's tightened up, re-glued, filled, scraped,
Right.
and ready to accept the deck.
Sure, sure.
But you can see this king plank, it's really been a high miler. And besides, it's almost impossible to have your new planks fall into this exact shape. And to sit there and try to clean this up, forget it. Also, the plywood underneath, which started this whole mess in the first place, probably bad because it's the same age as the other stuff.
Right, right.
So you're better off just cutting it out and making a new one. Now these are our new beams here. Remember we had to sister these up
Okay, yeah.
because they were really bad in the center. Yeah. Now they're much better. The next time will be deck panels and galley stuff, and a little bit into the saloon.
Okay, starting to break ground on the saloon or the head.
Yeah, and see, there's still some delaminated formica and bulkheads that we'll glue as we go, as we find them. And that's been part of this process, is gluing stuff back together. So I think in 2 weeks' time we'll have a good amount of the deck panels made, and probably in the painting process. And refrigerator, galley fascia, the refrigerator. Have to make a new countertop, even though we can use the stainless one. The wood underneath is shaky. So.
Okay.
But I got a new sheet of 3/4 inch ply just for that purpose.
All right. Just look right in the camera and say, see you next time.
See you next time.
And look also back to the camera.
Who are these people?
The filmmaker.
An icy stare.
An icy stare.
Hey, you got a cilantro on your tooth.
That's a cheroot.
It's a cheroot fragment.
That's good right there. Just, yeah, just.
That's a fragment of a cheroot.
I brought my best jacket.